right. So, with our first pick here, we are glad to welcome aboard Anudike-Uzomah. How'd I do? That was good. Felix. And Felix is a heck of a player from Kansas State, defensive end. We love his ability to rush the passer and play the run. He does both very well. He's also a Kansas City native here, so we appreciate that part of it too. But most of all, a good football player. When you're picking right there at 31, you try to take the best player that's available to you on the board, and he was that guy. And so we feel very comfortable bringing him into our program. Great kid. Had a chance to hang with him here during our local pro day, and enjoyed talking with him and visiting with him there. So that time's yours.
What was the conversation like when you placed the call and, on his end, they're seeing, one area drive coming up across the car ID?
Yeah, so Brett called him initially and talked to him. By the time I got to him, he couldn't hear me, I couldn't hear him, so I was just passing the phone on. But he was obviously at a party. There was a party going on there. Yeah.
When you draft a guy like that, how much is Spags in your ear about how he fits with what he likes to do on defense?
Yeah, no, Spags and our defensive staff did a great job of sorting all these guys out. Joe Cullen is relentless with the value. He evaluates everybody. You just give him somebody. You find somebody that says defensive line on, he's going to evaluate him. That's Joe Cullen I'm talking about. So he loved him. Spags loved him, and it was pretty easy decision right there.
What do you see as his readiness? How close is he to being able to be out right away?
Yeah, no, I think he'll definitely, be able to, bar an injury or something like that, Adam, but I think he'll be able to help us right away, yeah.
In both phases of the game? Pass rush, rundown?
Yeah, sure. No, I think he can give you a good amount of snaps in both places.
Andy, how much was obviously his position as a premium position in the league? How much of your guys' thinking was attacking edge rusher in this first round versus that's just the best player that you had on the board?
Yeah, well, we kind of start there in the offensive line and check those out and make sure we're in good position in both. And we thought we could use another defensive lineman, either interior or an edge rusher or an edge player. And so he fits into that,
Do you feel like this time of year, in comparison to last year's, and I realize you might not be able to count those off the top of your head, but just that need feels maybe less severe than other times when you've been in the draft?
Yeah, I'd probably tell you yes. I feel that way. Yeah. But what you want to do is you want to bring in guys that can play, but also add great competition. That kind of makes everybody better. In particular when you're down there low. I thought Brett did a great job of staying disciplined with what the board was showing him and not going somewhere of just absolute need, So, and some of that's because we don't have a lot of those.
Fair to say you see him fitting in the role Frank Clark used to have in that Leo, kind of opposite where George played most last year?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where he's most comfortable, what side he's most comfortable on, and go from there. But I think he'll work in. We'll have a nice rotation there, I think, once it's all said and done.
What Joe Cullen was able to do with George last year and how productive he was down the stretch, just how confident are you that he could maybe do the same with Bull Davis?
Yeah, I think he'll. I think you get that same play time amount from him. Again, we'll just see. I mean, that's a long ways away, but we felt comfortable enough in the first round to take him and not trade ourselves out of the first round, which we had opportunities to do, but we felt we wanted to stay right there and take him.
Coach, you said, when you had the local pro day, what did he do that stood out that, from the rest of the local talent that you decided to go in that direction?
Well, he didn't work out. He stood right next to me, so he didn't. He came up just to kind of talk to us and didn't do his workout at that time.
Andy, last year, George Karlaftis was known for playing a lot of snaps, being durable in his college career. Felix seems to have the same sort of makeup, just how much of that is a benefit to the scouting and obviously getting enough tape to see what he can do for Spags and Joe Cullen?
Yeah, I think that's, that was big for that part of it. I know our guys came out feeling very comfortable about the way he plays, and I think I'm answering your question there, but I mean, I think the guys, they felt comfortable with all the stuff that they saw there, yeah.
He just turned 21 in January. How do you guys kind of see him evolving over the next few years?
Yeah,
What you know about?
Yeah, he's young. Listen, you're going to see growth in that first year, and probably a little bit less the second year, but you'll still get some. I mean, that's normal. Again, I'd like to get hands on him before I start filling all that in, right? Herbie, are you okay back there?
I'm okay.
I mean, he just stepped right in your way to take the picture.
I know, he's okay.
Don't get upset.
You got one, Herb? I'm good.
Matt, go ahead, bud.
Coach, just looking at the human element, the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl, the draft is in Kansas City, you just took a Kansas City kid, just how special is that?
Yeah, I think it's neat. And then, the draft's right here in Kansas City. I know the people down at the draft were excited. We had it on the TV, and they were fired up about it. So Kansas State, Kansas City, it's and then the draft. I think that's a real positive. I was proud of our fans. I mean, they showed up like crazy today down there. That was a neat deal.
Andy, you said you had opportunities to trade out. I mean, did you seriously consider that? And I just wondered if Clark had any, pull in that situation to want to announce that first round pick down there.
Yeah, well, I don't think he would have risked that, if we felt like we wanted to trade out. So, but you get to that point, and people, if you're that pick, you're going to have opportunities to trade out. And so people were calling us. But again, we felt very comfortable taking them.
Good? All right, thank you.
All right, good. Yep.